From 2022 to 2023, the International Organization for Migration, IOM, delivered a project titled Strengthening National and Local Disaster Preparedness and Response Capacities in Uganda. Funded by the European Union Humanitarian Aid, the project was implemented in 23 districts across the country. The project helped to improve the capacities of the central government and district authorities in effective disaster risk reduction, response planning, and management of natural and man-made shocks through the provision of verifiable data for policy and adaptation.
The project has covered around 20 districts, and in this district we've managed to establish focal persons that help us in gathering information on disaster. Now we are able to collect information that is so informative, that is disseminated. We are able to identify the number of people that are displaced. For me, as a data analyst and a GIS specialist, this is a bonus to the nation, not only to IOM, and not only also to the 20 districts that we've implemented in, but also as a nation at large.
We have trained DDMC members, District Disaster Management Committees, and sub-county disaster management committees. We have managed to conduct simulation exercises in 2 districts. These are Angola and Katakwi, and we have developed DCPs for these districts. We have managed to work with OPM to start up the conversation of coming up with a National Disaster Management and Response Management Bill, which is going to be helping to fund the activities of disaster response and preparedness in Uganda.
As a district, we are able to come up with a disaster management contingency plan, and as we talk now, it is operational.
So as IOM comes in, also the district, basing on the lessons learned, we are able to come up with the interventions that will operationalize the expectation or the objectives of the project of IOM.
It was participatory. It was a bottom-up approach where all stakeholders were engaged, from the grassroots to the district to the national level, because at some times we would even get partners from Office of the Prime Minister, from Ministry of the Water and Environment.
We have made a demonstration of implementing an evacuation center in Karusandara sub-county, and therefore we need also to demonstrate on other areas so that we can confirm that we already have evacuation centers in place.
For us to sustain the usage of the rapid needs assessment tools, then we need to improve the capacity of those that ought to use it all the time, so that even when you do not ask, someone is already carrying out an assessment.
After the drill, the question is, where is the package that I'm going with? So that when it happens, we are ready to implement. But because of lack of resources, even after simulation, you find you cannot move with what is required of you.
IOM, in partnership with Red Cross that has always come to our offices, procured the kit for temporary locations and constructions of the evacuated centers for locations of the disaster-prone and affected people.
The challenge is that we lacked follow-ups so that we can surely go and train our local people.
When you are trained, the most important thing to begin with is share the skill and the knowledge. If you are taken for training and you keep with the skill, with the formation, then it cuts off the whole cycle.
As a result of the training we had from IOM, it gave us a good courage and a good package of information that we need to think outside the box so that this kind of disaster does not continue attacking us. So it informed us that we have to change on our designs or review on the precurrent designs that were given by Ministry of Education using the previous project of SFG. So therefore, we went ahead to design a classroom that checks on the aspect or on the factor of winds and storm, something that grips itself and braces itself against the challenge of the wind.
That kind of communication that has been bridged between the key departments that are implementing in the district has been something of a great impact to me, because for us, from the training that we had in Soroti, we got to realize that everyone has a role to play.
We have been able to liaise with our 24-hour rapid assessment tool. These rapid assessment tools enables us to relay information within the first 24 hours of the occurrence of a disaster to different partners, because this 24-hour rapid assessment tool is used by OPM, used by various non-government organizations, to see that we get this information and get feedback on how we can be able to support communities that have been affected by disasters within that time frame.
We do have a policy in place, but what we do not yet have is actually a law governing disaster management, called a disaster bill. It's in progress. We believe that the process has been quite participatory in bringing about the issues, but this has to follow the process of enacting a law in the country. So I believe between the Parliament of Uganda, the Parliamentary Committee, the Constitutional Affairs Ministry, Cabinet, there is the bill in draft stage has gotten to a level of discussion at the level of Cabinet. But this bill needs to come out as soon as possible, because at the current operation, it's very difficult without a law to actually resource mobilize, to hold government departments and agencies, individuals accountable.
As a country, we had been struggling with the lack of standardized, or I would say harmonized rapid needs assessment tools. So that was also one of the other areas that IOM came in and joined hands with OPM and UNDP, another partner, and collectively we were able to develop standardized rapid needs assessment tools which focus on both the pre-disaster as well as the real actual disaster response. One of our core areas of intervention as OPM is to build the capacity of district local government as well as other stakeholders in the broader disaster preparedness and management aspects. And so we have been undertaking trainings at the different levels, but then we realized over the years that we lacked a harmonized, a standardized curriculum that we base on to train. And so again, with the support of IOM, we're able to embark on a process to standardize and harmonize our training content for disaster risk management. These are just a fraction of the 135 DDMCs we have in this country, so it would be good if we can see a continuation or another phase of this project to make sure that some of these interventions that have been started do continue, and then we can continue building the capacity at the different levels for purposes of sustainability, but to be able to impact this disaster risk management landscape of the country.
Thanks to the European Union Humanitarian Aid, the project registered a number of key achievements. In Katakwi and Ngora, the project supported the formulation of district contingency plans and the strengthening of district disaster management committees. In Western Uganda, the project organized simulation exercises to enhance the region's preparedness to various emergency scenarios. Additionally, the project bought and donated emergency shelter kits for possible use in response to disasters. Members of the District Management Committee and government officials directly benefited from the project's efforts. The project also played a vital role in the drafting of the National Disaster Preparedness Management Bill.